Another month has passed, and that means it's time for us to go back and look at our 5 favorite drone videos for the month of November of 2016. Again, 5 favorites is basically our 5 choices of what we enjoyed over the past month. No real qualifications, just stuff that we wanted to point out and hopefully share with the community. So with that said, let's dive right into it. Now, obviously, the guys from Riot need no introduction. They're some of the best multicopter pilots in terms of freestyle racing and just seem like general all-around nice guys that are trying to spread the hobby. But one of the videos that they did this month was a little bit unique. One of their community members put together a stop-motion build video for their Alien RR5 kit, and it is incredible. The level of detail, just moving all the bolts at the same time to align on the frame, putting the props onto the motors, using, I'm guessing, like fishing wire or something to get the shot correct, but just a very cool build video. Now, you might have seen some stop-motion stuff before in terms of builds. You may have seen some time-lapse videos, but if you want to see something that's truly creative, has great music synced with it, just the all-around process is a fun way to approach a build, definitely check this one out. Speaking of channels that need no introduction, UAV Futures has been killing it with all of the content that he puts out, his reviews, his bench videos, his flying videos, and I wanted to point out this month his Happy Flying series, the throttle control video that he put out, I thought was fantastic. It really addressed a problem an issue that comes up with new pilots, something that's very important, especially if you're interested in getting into racing and hitting gates, and that's throttle control. He puts some practical exercises forward for the viewer. He talks about his own experience, he talks about the experience of flying with his friend, and he just gives some information that I think would be very helpful for new pilots. So if you're looking into getting into racing, hitting gates, and or even hitting small gaps, this is definitely a video for you in terms of better understanding throttle control in a very easy to understand way. How about some racing footage? It's been a while since we've showcased any racing footage on 5 favorites, and I really wanted to point out this video because I think it does something that's really unique. So that HPI guy went and did the Korea Drone World Cup this last month and uploaded a video of his run, and obviously the run itself is fantastic. It's a really clean run, shows how cool of a course it is, but he does something really interesting. He cuts at each of the gates, or at a couple of gates throughout the course, he cuts between his onboard HD camera, which is what you would usually see for these kind of videos, the nice GoPro footage of going through in 1080p, 60 frames, and all that good stuff, to also his FPV cam, where he also cuts between the footage that he's recording off of his goggles or whatever, where it gives you a good idea of the perspective from the pilot's point of view when they're racing, but also the post view where they can go through and see the fine-tuned details. Obviously, in the higher def footage, you can actually see just how close he is to the other racers, see just how narrow those gates are, versus seeing the different perspective from the FPV goggles. If you're interested in racing at all and kind of seeing what a pilot sees, but also seeing what a high def stream looks like in the post part of the race when you're going through and reviewing the footage, it is a very cool video that kind of cuts between the two rather than just doing a standard picture-in-picture kind of view, which I've seen in a couple of videos. It really does a good job cutting and syncing between the two cameras, so definitely check that one out as well. The past couple videos that I've always mentioned that there's always so many good videos that we want to include and we just never get to. I swear, for the last couple months, this guy's always been kind of a runner-up, but Boba Fett FPV put out this video, Race Against the Sun, where I had to include it this month. Fantastic video where he goes through and flies at, I don't think it's abandoned, I think it's just because it's November, but he flies at a water park, a bunch of water slides, and it looks like such a cool course. It's a great idea. I mean, you think of those twisty turns from a large water slide, and when there's nobody there in the summer, I mean, what better way to use it than for FPV? He synced up with a song that's called Against the Sun, During the Sunset, and titled the video Race Against the Sun. You can kind of see where this is going. It all fits together beautifully. Nice sunset in the background, flying around this abandoned kind of water park, or this end of season water park. Definitely kind of has cool end of summer feel to it, which I guess is nice now that we're approaching these winter months. Has a little bit of summer nostalgia in it. Definitely give it a check. The guy's an awesome racer. I mean, the guy has won so many different races, so it's kind of cool just to see him hitting some freestyle action at a place that has a unique flight path and something that you don't see. So definitely check that one out as well. And rounding out our 5 favorites for the month of November is our first repeat pilot on 5 favorites, Gap at FPV with Pop Quiz Hotshot, which of course reference to the great 90s movie Speed, Keanu Reeves, Dennis Hopper, some other people, the bus overpass. Anyways, so he flies this overpass that looks exactly like the movie Speed, just a cut-off overpass that's either under construction or nobody's around, which makes it the perfect flying location. Instead of being dangerous and flying over an active overpass, Well, this one's under construction. There's not even any equipment there. He uses it to its full extent, dodging the pylons underneath, using doing some really cool loops over, around, underneath, and it's all very controlled. Has the clean gap it transitions that he does, great syncing to the music. Overall, a fantastic video to watch. And of course, if you're not already subscribed to Gap FPV, do yourself a favor, subscribe to the guy. I guarantee he's going to kill it in December as well. So that's our 5 favorites for November. We would love to hear what you guys thought. Definitely let us know if you had a different video that was a favorite for November, or if you agree with some of our picks. We'll be back in early January to go over December's 5 favorites. Until then, have a happy holiday. Hopefully you get some flying time and it's not too cold where you live. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.